Hello and welcome to another BenSabers Tech Talk. I have got one of the most impressive projectors I have ever come across. It's not the best picture, it's not the best audio, but what it does is incredibly impressive when you take into fact that this projector cost me £32. That's right, 32, £32. I was amazed by this projector. And I strongly recommend anybody that's wanting a projector, go out, get this projector now. You will not be sorry. It is the perfect travel companion if you're going to be going around from place to place. It was just phenomenal to use. Um, so this is in one of the rooms that I was staying at. This is a very, very well lit room, as you can see, and the picture quality was brilliant. It was really good. I could see everything without any problems. Even though it's a small speaker, a 3-watt speaker, this speaker was brilliant. My wife told me to turn this down repeatedly when it was on 100%, and when it's at 50%, she was happy. It was also so bright, she asked me to turn it down a couple of times. This is when I was at the next place. It was a little bit darker in this room, and had it next to me and projecting on the wall, but it projects on the vertical walls, horizontal walls, or ceilings. You can even project on an angle. It's dead easy to adjust. This is a more true representation of what it looked like when I was watching it actually in the room. It was a little bit darker, but it was phenomenal. So there's the intro to the demo video. I'll be honest, um, it's such a good projector. It's not full HD or anything like that. It's only 720p. But anyway, I'll bring up the specs for this projector. So it's a Magcubic HY300. It has one HDMI port, one USB port. It has got Bluetooth built in as well, which I never needed to use. I actually did a lot of casting from my phone to this device, which was very easy. It has 10,000 lumens. Now, I don't really believe it's 10,000 lumens at all, but it also says it has an ANSI of 200. I'll be honest, I think it did better than that. I think it'd be around 300 though. That's how it appeared when using it. As I've mentioned, it was 720p, not 1080p, but it can play 4K video, but it will sometimes struggle trying to actually produce the 4K video on occasion. It has a single 3-watt speaker, which is actually more than adequate for what I was using it for. So when I was going around for about 7 days, I used it in every night, and you know what? It was more than enough sound wise. Lamp life, it has 50,000 hours. I might be a little skeptical on that as well. The fan was quite loud. It was about 56 decibels. So you could hear the fan, but after a little while, you kind of ignore it and it blends into the background because you get absorbed into what you're watching. It says that this can do a 130-inch screen. Yeah, it can. And it can go even bigger. I think I actually got this to a 220-inch screen. And the picture quality was still absolutely fine. I mean, I covered an entire wall in my house with absolutely no problem whatsoever. I mean, I was gobsmacked when I gave that a little test. It has a 3,000:1 contrast ratio, and it does come with smart apps, which is Android 11. So I had Amazon Prime, I had Netflix, YouTube, and Disney Plus on this. They all worked flawlessly without any problems. Very, very easy to log into all of them. Didn't have any troubles with that. Even though when I was away, I moved to different places. It took just a minute or two to reconnect to the new Wi-Fi in each of the places. The big black bar at the top on the front, that's your manual adjustment for the focus, and it takes seconds to do that. I mean, I was not put out in any way by this projector. It was just absolutely phenomenal. When I came back and I recorded this particular part of the video, which I've done today, I turned it on and I watched that first bit at the avatar, and my first words were, Jesus Christ, because I was so impressed at how good the picture was in a controlled room. I couldn't believe it. Like I said, you might not get the most amazing picture quality depending on what you're streaming or running through this. If you're running real 4K, you should be all right. One thing I did do is I'd actually reduce the amount of brightness going into the camera when recording, just to try and get it to be a bit more true to life in regards to the brightness, because it did come across as very bright on camera. But still, when I take this £32 projector, £32, and then you take into account that it's just a little bit bigger than a Coca-Cola can. It'd be about the size of 2 Coca-Cola cans. When you take that into account, the fact that you can just chuck it into your suitcase, go away, plug it in with a normal plug, and then just turn it on, and within less than 2-3 minutes, you're up and running in a new room, is phenomenal. And the picture quality you get is absolutely acceptable. Even though it's 720p, it is absolutely brilliant. You basically, you're traveling around with a 50-inch, pretty much 50-inch screen all the time. If you got the room and you got the space wherever you're staying, you could easily get this to a 100-inch screen or 80-inch screen, whatever you want, and it's so easy to focus. This section here, I'll remove the specs. This section here, it did an amazing job at replicating the reds. I've had projectors that are £300 that could not do what this £32 projector has done. It has beaten the vast majority of all projectors I've tried so far in regards to actually doing very good colour representation for what's actually being projected. I cannot praise this projector enough. You may have seen it on Instagram, on TikTok, on adverts, and you know what? This is one of the first ones I've ever seen that is actually way better than anything I've ever seen advertised before. And you honestly, you cannot go wrong with this projector. It's just phenomenal. When I was in the first room when we stayed away, the wall was about 5 meters long, and just for a laugh, I was about 4 meters away, and at 4 meters away, it did about a 300-inch screen, maybe 250 inches, without a problem. It had no issue chucking a 250-inch screen onto a wall, and I actually got this down. The smallest I got the screen down was maybe a 35-40-inch screen from a distance of about half a meter. This tiny projector wants to push out a huge picture no matter where you are. Within a couple of meters, you can get a 50 to 60-inch screen. I was having to actually reduce the overall size of the screen on a number of occasions to make it fit the spaces I was projecting, because the projector screen was so big. I am blown away. There's nothing more I can say. It's an amazing projector. For the money, you can't go wrong.